Hey there! So today we have another Darwin's Rants, and you guys probably haven't heard from me for a minute. Yeah, so be careful. There'd be cursing. So what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about why I haven't been talking, and then also just some shit talk about a brewery. So let's go with that one. So first off, I'm considering a transition. So yeah. I can't really say much about my current employment. Obviously I still work. So yeah, I'm considering it. I'll have, so I'm figuring it out. So we'll see how it goes. And I don't really have much to say. So there you go. But now it's the opposite. I like how the yin and yang sort of works here. You guys know me. I have probably not talked too much smack about a brewery, but I got one for you guys. So back in right when I got in the industry, that sort of was the explosion, right? Like I got in the industry around the end of 2015, the beer industry, blah, blah. And that's when everything was boom, boom, boom. And man, I tried my ass off, applied for so many gigs, met so many idiots that worked for certain breweries, way overqualified for a lot of things. But then again, I was overqualified in the sense of not work sense, but just knowledge sense and palate sense. But it's hard to find a job when, your resume only says so much, right? I was only in the industry for a few years at that point, right? So I got an interview at Troegs. So now this is a brewery that goes down the tank. And Troegs, by the way, was one of the first breweries I got bought because top on Beer Advocate, Nugget Nectar had insane rating, Beer Advocate, and that stuff was really that shit was really bitter to me. I mean, push it on to my mother and grandmother, ugh. Now I'm cool with it, right? But Nugget Nectar was a pretty cool thing back then. So interviewed, blah blah, did phone interview, da da. They're like, yo, you got to show up to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm like, motherfucker, right now in the middle, whatever, Saturday night, it's 3-hour drive, bro. You want to drive that from out a reasonable part of time of day or whatever, 4 hours at least. And I'm like, and I got to drive back. I'm like, yo, and I email back. I was like, yo, motherfucker, it's are you sure? Is this for an interview? I don't even have the job. It's no, we got to meet you in person. Thankfully, I set it up with the certified cicerone exam, which I obviously passed. And so I drove to Philly, then to Hershey. I look at the Google Maps now. I probably fucked up. I probably should have just went straight to Hershey and then drove home. Drove to check into my Airbnb. But that's a long motherfucking drive, right? So I drove there. So I drove Philly. That's boom to Philly, boom to Hershey, Pennsylvania. That's easily 4+ hours right there. And then I had to drive another 2 hours back to Philadelphia. Because my certified cicerone exam was the next morning. Didn't get the job, by the way. Didn't get any gas. Stipend, nothing. So I just wasted whatever. Count it for me. Don't count it for me. Just count for a normal person. That's 8 hours to fucking make somebody drive. I want to know the motherfucker who took the 8 hours and ended up getting jobs. So good for them. But I want to know about them other motherfuckers that took 8 hours back and forth because it was a New York City rep job, by the way. It was based out of New York City. The job wasn't based out of Pennsylvania. All right, sure, you got to move to Pennsylvania. Sure, drive there, but you're going to be based out of New York, but we're going to make you drive 8 hours back and forth, round trip for an interview. Granted, this is pre-COVID. Now they do Zoom and but yeah, that's the worst interview I've ever fucking had in my life. It's absolutely insane. The amount of miles put onto people's gas and myself and my time and other people's interviewers' time. What a fucking waste. Fuck you, Troegs. So that's the worst interview I ever took. I've had some shitty ass fucking interviews. I've had some shitty fucking ones. But that one is just distance wise. And it's yo, what are we doing here? The job's New York based. Can you meet me midway? Bro, you right? You gotta figure something out, or you gotta fly me out, or pay for my gas, or something, right? Nope, fuck you. Just drive out here and be a bitch and don't get the job. So yeah. I'll give you how about this. I'll give you my number two. My number two is pretty bad. Yeah, my number two is pretty bad. This is for New York City, Union Beer Distributors. If you guys are based out of New York, if you're in the industry, you know Union. If you don't know Union, they are the king. They do Budweiser and a lot of the craft accounts. Yeah, a lot of the craft accounts. But I mean, they're the Budweiser king of certain parts of New York too. Actually, yeah, New York's all fucked up, but certain part Union, big distributor. Drove all the way to Williamsburg, which is actually not that bad. You know, that's an easy, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, rush hour, I don't give a fuck. Hey, like, the person that was supposed to interview you for your job is not here or something. And, like, oh, sorry, this happened twice. So I showed up. They pushed me back. Wait. For sure, I showed up 2 times, and my total wait time for an interview had to be somewhere around 2-3 hours. That is fucking inappropriate, motherfucker. If I fucking showed up late to work for 3 hours, like you wouldn't have a job. But to treat an interviewee to sit there in a fucking on a chair just waiting for 3 hours total is unacceptable. Unacceptable. This is just nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. So, yeah, go fuck yourself for that, Union Beer Distributors. So there you go. So yeah, I got some like tight-lipped stuff I can't really talk about, like how work's going and like trying to figure some shit out. But I got some dirty talk for you guys. Ooh, there's another one. I got another. Okay. All right, one more story, and I got a lot of shit to say because, like, my history, and especially around the time when I was trying to get employed and trying to, like, really get myself deep in the industry was very rough. So, yeah. So, I applied for a New Belgium rep job. Right? It was a perfect time to be in the industry. I honestly wish I just got in the industry a little bit earlier. Granted, I was in fucking law school trying to become an attorney, and my passions push away from that, and I decided to do this bullshit instead. So, blame me for making mistakes, or granted, passion is what it is, and it is what it is. So, but apply for a New Belgium job, got to like second level, never got an in-person interview. The rep actually showed up at my job doing a tasting. If you guys haven't been to you guys have been to, like, some places, like a retail beer shop or Total Wine or something, where they do, like, hey, I'm the rep for blah, blah, I'm pouring beer and all this nonsense. I remember literally the same job I applied for, the rep that got hired asked me, the person, the guest, the patron, the guest, asked the rep, hey, what's a Pilsner, by the way? And then the rep points at me to explain the BJCP stuff, because that's the stuff I was studying. I was trying to become a certified cicerone, blah, blah. So I ripped through that all. So literally, the rep that got hired could not explain what a Pilsner was and asked me to explain it when I didn't get the job. So there you go. Fuck you, New Belgium, too. Ah, shit. All right, so a lot of breweries I'm, like, throwing down under the bus. Yeah, what is what it is. That's yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Like, the past is the past, and I've had a really hard time with it, and I'm still having a hard time with it too. So I hope to give you guys some more updates. Hopefully some good news coming next week. I'm just, gonna be maybe job hunting. We'll know. Who knows? Until next time, cheers later.